What's going on YouTube? This is Rodney with Garrecore EDC with today's carry video on 5/15/2020. I have a treat of showing you two TwoSuns. There are two TwoSuns inside my pocket. First, I will start off with showing you the carry profile of the TS179 Perfecto. You're seeing that there is the hidden screw, no screw visible for this clip. Milled 3D titanium, somewhat deep carry, not a lot of knife is showing out of the pocket. That's a nice feature. Pulls nice and easy from the pocket. And that's the TS179 Perfecto. And next in the watch pocket is a small little slip joint. And this is the TS188. Very nice, very nice little tiny slip joint. So let's get this started. We'll go ahead, and since we started with the 179 Perfecto, let's get this done first. It has a very nice finger hole with some micro milled lines at about a 45-degree angle and some circular dots or speed holes strategically placed on the frame. Hardware is T8. You have one in the rear and one in the pivot. Has titanium thumb studs on both sides. It has a hardened lock bar insert. The speed holes are on both sides, so it's symmetrical. It's a nice little knife, fits in the hand. It's not a big knife. Action is flawless. And this is a S90V version. This is number 113 by Tepe Designs. Lockup is at about 30%, 25 to 30%. It has some nice milling chamfers to allow you to get your finger in there and close it. It has a detent ramp. Blade centering is centered right down the center. Very nice. A couple ways to deploy. You have the thumb flick, and you have the spidey flick. This is a nice sheep's foot style cleaver, flat grind all the way up to the top area here. Nice rounded, still nice and thick, very thin at the tip. Nice grind and bevel, very thin behind the edge. The grind on this is very nice. Action is stellar and superb. Really like the looks of this knife in a small package. Doesn't take up much pocket space. Overall length is supposed to be 159 millimeter. The handle length is 94 millimeter. The blade length is 64 millimeter, and weight is 113 grams. So we'll compare that in inches. Closed length overall is about 3 5/8. Blade length, cutting edge, is about 2 9/16, about 2 and maybe 5/8. Overall open length, we're looking at about 6 3/16. Frame thickness, this is a nice contoured frame. We're looking at 554. Blade stock material, we're looking at 138. Thickness behind the edge, I know it's going to be thin, 13.5 thou. That's a slicing knife. For weight, they were saying 113 grams. I'm getting almost 115 grams. So just a slight variation. And 4.04 ounce. So it's a beefy little small knife. This is one that takes a little bit of getting accustomed to on the opening, because the flipper tabs are not standard per se if you're used to a regular thumb stud deployment. It does take a little bit of use as far as pushing with your finger. I found it works best to bring your thumb underneath that corner and push open, and the same works for a Spidey flick. I think it would be a nice addition in this area here if they were to mill on the interior of the back frame the TwoSun logo. I think that would just be so cool. That way, you know, it would take sort of some of that blandness away and give it a little bit of pizzazz, a little bit of fire, so to speak. But I'm just thinking outside the box. Full enclosed not mill, but back spacer that wraps around to the back. There is no lanyard option on this knife, but that can be overlooked. The quality is great and it's there. A great design by Tepe. Love this knife. This is rotating on interior stop pins in a circular groove. And there is some heavy milling on the interior of this frame. And that's what I have for the TwoSun TS179 and S90V. Just beautiful groundwork. It's still got some oil and grease on it from using it and playing with it today, and fingerprints. Just very nice groundwork. Very symmetrical from side to side. I'm sorry to say that this is right hand tip up carry only. The option to put the clip on the far side is not there. But any of you that were to buy this and are a machinist, it would be easy to machine the pocket that this goes into onto this side, so you could take that clip and flip it back and forth. And with the thumb studs being on both sides, it would be a left hand friendly knife without a doubt. But there you go, guys and girls. That's the TwoSun TS179. And last but not least, the TwoSun TS188 slip joint. Now this is titanium and carbon fiber with a unique swivel lanyard attachment, which is pretty neat. It is put in with a pressed in pin, so it is not removable, but the carbon fiber inserts are removable with a simplistic flathead screwdriver, and the pivot screw is a flathead screwdriver. There is some nice milled raised block area on the back of the frame. The spring bar is continuous along the back of the knife. It's nice and flush. There is no proud or high spots. It's very well done. You have a finger pull in the blade. Sort of strong, but not overly strong. Strong just like you want it to be. A nice solid half stop. Very nice blade. Able to grab, I can get 3 fingers on it. Has a nice sharpening choil, and also the TS179 had a very nice choil on it too. And this is also done in S90V. And you can see we have, it looks like a cricket, I'm thinking, and the initials H.YD. And I'm hoping I'm pronouncing his name right. I'm more than likely not. The designer on this is spelled H-O-U-Y-U-E-D-O-N-G. So, How You Dong. I do not know. I'm pretty positive I'm not pronouncing that right, because the pronunciation on China names is not my specialty. But really like this. It has some nice chamfering on both sides of the frame with some light micro milling on the back side but not the front, so that's sort of odd. You can sort of see some of the micro milling there, and there is none here, so they might have had their speeds and feeds on this side a little fast. But great knife, feels great in hand, no play, very snappy lock. Centering is right down the center, very nice to see in a slip joint. And they're saying the overall length on this is 127 millimeter. Closed length is 75 millimeter. Blade thickness is 3.5 millimeter. Blade length is 48 millimeter. And the weight is 46 grams. So we'll show that in inches. Closed length, including the rotating non-fixed lanyard option, we're talking about 3 1/8. Overall length, we're looking at about 5 3/16. Well, no, about 5 3/8. I'm sorry, I was looking at that wrong. .3/16. I was looking at that right. I'm having a moment. Forgive me, guys. About 5 3/16. Now, if we rotate that little lanyard attachment up, it brings it into 5 inches. Blade length, we're looking just a little shy of 2 inches, about 1 inch and 15/16 cutting edge, and about 2 1/16 blade length. Frame length, we're looking at about 2 7/8. For a thickness on the frame, 425 thousandths, 133 thousandths for blade stock. Let's see if they said 3 1/2, and I'm getting 3.31. This is a full flat grind all the way to the top of the blade, and I'm having a feeling this is real thin behind the edge also. .16 thou behind the edge. Just a really sweet little knife. This is a great watch pocket knife for a weight. .62 ounces. And 45.9 grams. They said 46 grams, so right there at the advertised weight, 45.9 grams. Well, everybody, that's what I had for today's carry. I had the TwoSun TS179 Perfecto in S90V by Tepe Designs, and in the watch pocket I have the TwoSun TS188 in S90V in titanium and carbon fiber, a slip joint by How You Dong. Not sure the pronunciation again, like I said, but just a great example of excellent TwoSun quality. These knives are currently on eBay, and I'm sure you can get them on Amazon and DHgate and AliExpress through their stores through TwoSun. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope you'll have a great weekend. God bless. Please be safe out there in our current world situation. I pray for everybody's health and wellness. And that's what I have. This is Rodney with Garricore EDC. And remember, keep that edge right. Bye now.